Hello, hi, hey, welcome to my Unfiltered YouTube channel where you are encouraged to be the unfiltered version of yourself. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so we can be free and unleashed together. So this video is going to be dedicated to none other than Mia Thornton and her husband Gordon Thornton. I'm going to share my input on their relationship and what has been revealed on this last season, this most recent season, on this last episode, mostly the last few episodes, but especially this last episode for season 8. And actually, kind of drilling in some things from previous seasons that we've seen with Mia. I kind of feel like, in my opinion, that season 8 is really showing us more of Mia. That first season that she was on, what is the first season? The first season that Mia was on Potomac. I don't think it's been that many episodes or that many seasons. 6. So this is season 8. So that means they've been on there for 2 seasons. This would be their second season, and upcoming would be a third one. And that is if both of them appear on there together. So they joined the 6th season. Yeah, because that was when, because when she came on, she had the acne and the side of her face, her makeup has gotten better. It was all types of stuff that she was coming out with her marriage. Of course, people are looking at her side-eyeing because she's young and her husband is older. Right now, she's 39 years old and her husband is 71. So I guess, depending on, I'll just say in 2021, which would have been 3 years ago, that means she was 36, 37, and he possibly was 68, 69, depending on when their birthday is and so forth. So yeah, that's like a big gap of that's like almost 40 years, to be honest. 30 to 40 years age difference. But hey, to each their own. It's not the first time, so I don't even know why nowadays we look at people funny when we see a young female with an older guy. Because it's not like this is the first. We act surprised every single time. Like, why are we out here acting surprised every single time? We still having that same surprise look or same surprise reaction when we see a young female with an older guy. And then we want to stereotype them and make them out, oh, she must be a gold digger, he must be her sugar daddy, and blase, and vice versa. If it was a female, an older female and a younger man, we think the same thing. Or when something just don't make sense in our eyes, I guess we just see things for what it, how we perceive it. And so when it doesn't go along with our perception of how things should be and what we quote unquote think is normal, we think otherwise. So with their relationship, on the first parts of the season, Mia had her friend, who is Jasmine, I believe that's her name. I have to probably go back and correct it if I don't have her name right. But her best friend since she was in school, I think they even said maybe 15 years old. They were best friends. And it was just some scandalous type stuff that appeared to be going on between them three. And it was painted as if Mia's friend was actually given the permission and opportunity to sleep with her husband. All types of weird stuff that they probably was doing together and watching each other, having, she might have was in there when they watching them have sex and so forth and so on. So that was like the first season. I remember that storyline for them on either that first season or afterwards. The last season, I feel like, okay, she was trying to get, that was a season where season 7 is when she and Wendy got into their whole brawl. It was just like she was teaming up on Robin and Giselle's side. She started becoming more friends to them. And so I guess it was at the sacrifice of Wendy. That was a whole season of that. friendship with Peter and making all these alleged assumptions and so forth of what's probably going on with her, because people probably knew from the beginning that Mia was having affairs on her husband. Now, it wasn't until this season, season 8, when we're really getting the full circle to where we can go back into all those other seasons and kind of get a real understanding of their relationship. And to quite be honest, it's their relationship. This is what they made it to be. They both agreed to it. And there's several conversations within this season 8 from Gordon and Mia that tells us that this is what they agreed upon. They both were a part of this, because he's even admitting a lot of things, even though he's wanting to slander her and call her all types of things and put different storylines out, make her out to be bad, horrible, whatever. You agreed to it. And then it kind of was alluded to the fact that he might be dealing with erectile dysfunction, up in that age. Probably can't really do what he probably could have done years and years ago. So he probably felt like, okay, I got a pretty thing on my arm. I can take care of her and blah, people thinking as if he's the one that's giving money, but she's saying that now she's coming out and saying that she's actually the one that's giving him money. And it's not what people think, like she married him for money, because he's needing more money from her than she's needing from him. But one thing I am going to say, because I can always see good in certain situations, I do like their relationship for the simple fact of how they communicate. I love, even in their argument, the way in which Mia just appears to be very calm. I know she does seem, in my opinion, she does have that little sneaky slyness to her, so you gotta be careful with Mia. But she's, even in her conversation on this last episode, recent episode, season 8, she was very calm, and she was able to articulate her emotions and her feelings and what was going on. He listened. They came back and forth. They had several good conversations and dialogue this season, and all the season actions, to be quite honest, between her and him. They're able to it seems like they really honestly can come together and talk it out and really talk through some hard things that probably the rest of us probably wouldn't be able to talk through some of those things. So in this season, Gordon admits that he knew, before they even got married, she was out there in the streets and she was dealing with this particular person that now is coming up to be where it's being publicized that she's had an affair with him. But I don't know, I need to look up what is the definition of an affair. An affair. Because if you agreed to it, is it really an affair? I guess infidelity within a committed romantic relationship. Well, what are we calling infidelity? I just gotta go to Google sometimes, because we be messing things up. The active state of being unfaithful to a spouse. I don't know, it depends on what you say is unfaithful, especially when they both agreed to it. So is that really being unfaithful? Unfaithful would go against whatever y'all agreed to. In a regular relationship, we agree to be monogamous, meaning it's only going to be you and me. And infidelity would go against that, because that's what we agreed to. But in their situation, they agreed to the fact that she could have something on the side. As long as she don't, he said in this season, he aired it all out. He's thinking that he's putting her down, but really he's just airing out the truth. And what it is, that he told her, as long as she don't throw it in his face and he don't involve the kids in it, and make it public. He didn't want to go out into public. And then even in some of the earlier episodes, he's pretty much trying to persuade her. He probably already knows she was done. She probably was done already before they even started filming this season, to be honest. So, because he had a lot of scenes in this season, more so than he did the other seasons. So that tells you that he's trying to persuade her to stay. There's no reason for us to get a divorce, is what he said in one of the earlier seasons. we can just come to an arrangement. We can just come to an agreement, which really, that seems like he might have said that same thing before they got married. It seems like he might have done that. That's his strategy that he's kind of using. And this is just me. If he used that strategy now, he probably used that strategy before they got married to get her to agree to marry him. You can still sleep with this guy. I just want to have me some kids, or I just want to have somebody here. I want to have you on my arm. You're pretty, and this and that and the other. I can take care of you. I can be here for you, and you can still have your thing on the side. We can come to some type of agreement. It seems like he would say that same thing, just like he was saying a few episodes ago when they went out to a dinner and they were talking about it. Because I think she was sharing her conversation with Ashley, why Ashley hasn't divorced Michael, and they were talking about their situation, and then they kind of led and segue into theirs. She was saying in some other episodes that she really had seeked out counseling, and she was actually gonna get a divorce. Like, she was actually about to file for divorce behind all the different things that transpired between him and his family, and then someone losing their life, or actually, I think, quote unquote, I don't know, allegedly suicide happened or something like that, with a close family member, or either a close friend or someone that they were very close with for years, behind all of that legal stuff that they're doing with misusing of money and funds and so forth, from all the clinics that they were opening up, which they were just getting to a point where they were trying to show that on the show in season 7, I believe. I don't know if we really seen it in season 6, but in season 7, I know they were showing opening up this clinic and, painting that storyline. They, are these power couple, that's out here doing the thing. They opened up this clinic, this clinic, this clinic, this clinic. It just seemed like they just had a whole lot of things going on. But then it wasn't long afterwards we realized that there were some scandals going on. His family voted him out, and now he's choosing to try to fight them in court. And she says that she disagrees with it because she kind of felt a certain way behind that situation with that individual who I guess they had some legal odds with, and it was probably got pretty nasty, that caused that person to allegedly commit suicide. I'm saying allegedly because somewhat remember, and I don't want to say the person committed suicide if they did not. I want to be very careful with my word choices, but I believe that is the case. I would have to go back and look it up in detail. So yeah, like when they're sitting down talking, he's pretty much sharing with us the true thing. Like, Mia don't even have to tell us, which I think he know that Mia is just gonna tell you straight up. She don't care, like you try to embarrass Mia. Seems like the person that you can't embarrass her, because she'll tell you straight up. Like, even the producers on some of her green screens, they're trying to seems like they're asking her questions on the spot about him being a rapper. It's just like, first of all, he's not even a rapper, so she's not even like trying to say, oh no, that's not true. She's telling you like, oh, it is true, and so what? But you got to get your story right. You don't even have your story right if you want to come at me. So like with Gordon, he's pretty much trying to write up an agreement, and I guess Mia's at the point where she's like, okay, enough all these agreements. She's out. And then one of the things that caught my attention is she said that he took her phone. I guess behind a recent visit that she did, she brought the kids around this particular person who is incognito. I think that's what they call him. And his brand name is Ink. He's a radio host or radio personality in the radio industry. And so she's saying and sharing that they've actually been knowing each other for years. They've been dealing with each other for years before her relationship with Gordon. Gordon was aware of it. And then during, Gordon agreed that she can continue that, and as long as she didn't involve the kids. And so, or, bring it back home and throw it in his face and things like that. So I just don't know. It's just so many different relationships out here nowadays. I just can't wrap my head around it. But hey, it's what they make it. And so it just didn't go as he planned, I guess, you know. And I think it's not so much of her in the affair or her in bringing the kids around. It's the simple fact that now I feel the reason why he's coming out so bad now, because it doesn't make sense for him to even have an issue with her having an affair when you agreed to her having the affair, which really, based on definition, in my opinion, is not even an affair anymore, because y'all agreed on it. Like, how can she be unfaithful to you when y'all both took a vow, so to speak, on the fact that she can do what she's doing? But just because she's now at a point where she wants to get a divorce from you, in my opinion, that she's seriously seeking out a divorce and she's not going along with your plan, another one of your plans to stay together for the sake of the kids, and I'll let you do this. You know, he probably telling her, you can do this, you can stay with him even longer if you want to, I'll take care of the kids, you can go out of town if you want to. He's probably giving her all these different options, and she's probably like, no more. Like, she's just wanting out. And I feel maybe that's the reason. That would be the better reason, in my opinion, to why he's having an issue with this now. Because how can you agree to an affair and then now all of a sudden you make it seem like the affair is an issue? It's not. That's not the issue. The issue is that Mia wants a divorce and Gordon does not. He wants to have this arrangement. He wants to continue this arrangement forever until, you know, death do them part, you know. But yeah, that's just my opinion on it, on their relationship. What do you guys think in the comments? Like, comment, and subscribe below to let me know what you agree with or disagree with.